Alright, it's been a while since I've actually been in this. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we are back with another episode of What Does It Need? Specifically for PSVR games. And today we are in one of my favourites, because it brought the PSVR, the aim controller. We are in Farpoint. And while I'm going through a challenge mode, I'm going to talk about what I feel like it needs. And me, when I talk and play games at the same time, I don't usually do that well. There is another one of you little buggers. So this is probably one of the most immersive first-person shooter experiences we have on PSVR. Hands down. One of the most enjoyable, great story, good challenges to go with it. Oh, how the hell did I wasn't aiming. But what is it missing? Multiplayer content. You know, it came up with a lot of stuff you could do multiplayer wise. Like a team deathmatch and capture the control point. Which is all well and good. But when you only give it 2 game modes with your DLC. Excuse me, what the fuck? Yep, like I said, it's been a while. I'm very rusty. So you had your challenge modes, and then you got your multiplayer. But the multiplayer was just 1v1. They never added onto it where you could have 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, even 5v5. They never expanded on the multiplayer aspect. Oh, I did not see him in the shadows. So it could have had, like, more than just 1v1. It easily, with a patch or an update, which it hasn't had in a while, could have had more than just a 1v1 mode. And other than that, we only had 2 game types. We only had Team Deathmatch, which was basically just Deathmatch because it was only 1v1. and control point, where you just stand in one spot to keep that point yours. And that's all you had. You didn't have anything else. You gonna appear out there? Yeah, you are. So, what it could have done with was a hell of a lot more in terms of, you know, you could have had a hell of a lot more stuff in terms of extra player. Could have had extra player based team matches like 5v5 or whatever. Another thing it was missing, after I kill these guys, weapons. You know, we got, with the DLC, a bunch of weapons. Coming out. Where are you running off to, pal? Yeah, like I said, when I try and talk and try and play at the same time, I'm not that good. But this actually brings up another thing that I want to talk about. So up there, actually, we can go to the lobby. So, challenge. So yeah, along with the multiplayer, which is very limited, like I said, hang on, if we go back, no, back, versus, you've got, what the fuck, behave, come on, I don't know, my PlayStation just blacked out there for a second, but you've got deathmatch and uplink, they're the only two game types. For a first person shooter, you know there are more than just those two game types available. Alright? End of story. So there could have easily been that. There could have easily been more than 1v1. If we go to challenges, weapons. Alright, you've got 5 different types. You've got your assault rifle, and the more you level up, the more different variants of those weapons you unlock. What we could do with, or what this game needs in order to keep its player base, is more different types of weapons would be nice. And more different game modes, more than just a 1v1 option, maybe a 2v2, leading up to 5v5, that would be nice. Because, like I said, it's one of the best immersive first-person shooters we've got for PSVR. It looks great, it feels great. Hell, even just putting your arm over your shoulder to change weapon is an awesome feeling. Slower than doing that, but slower than pressing triangle, but it's still great to do. Still gives you that feel You've really got to put your arm over your shoulder these days, haven't you? Jesus. So yeah, that's what it could have done with. But I haven't spoke to Impulse Gear, so I wouldn't know if they actually plan on doing that in the future. I mean, they haven't done anything for a while. I mean, you have to level up your gear. I mean, I have to get to level 5 with the spike gun. And, I mean, we look at this. The assault rifle. The last one I need to unlock, I have to get to level 15, right? So I'm 4 levels away. And if we go back, settings, player, skin crimson, Nereus, cryo, ivory. If I get to level 15, there's one more skin. Now, you don't need to do multiplayer to do that. You can just level them up through challenges and through co-op. So it made multiplayer almost redundant. Once you got the trophies for them, I mean, there's like trophies for doing multiplayer, but once you've got all the multiplayer trophies, you don't really need to go back to it. I mean, playing the same 2 game modes over and over again. I mean, yeah, you've got AI that you can unlock and back you up during the fight, but they're easy to kill. I'd rather have actual teammates with me. So maybe when the PS5 gets announced, and if there's going to be a PSVR 2, maybe Impulse Gear are going to announce a sequel to Farpoint, because the story ended with the potential for a sequel, and the multiplayer could definitely be improved on. But only time will tell. And with that being, that's all I've got to say about it, to be honest. It just needs more multiplayer options and new weapons. Because at the moment all I have to do is just go through challenges and co-op again, and I will eventually level everything up. And then this game will be redundant.